first trade at the new setup, and we were able to catch a quick dub today. Actually a very fast win, and these were all my evals. Obviously, I was being dumb and I blew the evals last time. Now we're trying again with four. Able to hit for the consistency rule, so 1500 today, and I've been here before. Was literally last week. I cannot rush it, dude. If it takes me the rest of the week to make 1500, so be it. Like I cannot. The main reason why I blew it was just because I rushed it. I was trying to do it in like 2 3 days, which obviously didn't work out, and I tried forcing it, and that's why I blew him. So today we're starting off really, really strong on a no news Monday. It's a fucking blessing to be able to catch a how many points was this? A 50-point move to the downside for $1,500 on a 4 evals. That is a blessing. I don't need any more than that. I'm super content with it. And so let's just carry on the week very smartly. So let me just recap the trade. I'm trying to make as much sense as possible. Now I know this looks absolutely insane. I know this looks so dumb right now. Like who's trading this, right? Well, it looked a lot better. I thought price was gonna be a lot cleaner than it is now. Like right when market opened, it was very clean. I don't know why. It was very, very clean when market opened, right? Like just pretend like none of this on the right side exists. That would be like semi like it looked pretty clean, right? And I had a setup today. However, the thing is, on evals, I risk heavier. And I am a lot more aggressive with my entries. But I will admit that I entered right before the macro. I entered at 9:41. I was just super confident that my draws and liquidity that this sell side would get hit. So I decided to enter a little more aggressively. I did. But yeah, I'm just telling you guys that like I usually trade in the macros at 9:45, and that's not what I did today. So not the best. I broke one of my rules, but if it makes me feel better, personally, me, like if you guys want to shit on me for it, so be it. Like you guys can shit on me, but me, I'm just saying it's an eval. I'm risking heavier. I've always risked heavier. I've always entered a lot more aggressive on evals, and so I'm just continuing to do that. But it's not an excuse. Still should stick to it for most of the times. But yeah, okay. So the reason why I shorted in this kind of whatever the hell this is my analysis overnight and this morning actually were all pretty on point. So overnight, we're coming into the week, I guess you can say overnight. We inversed this daily for rally gap last week, right? There's an inverse here, and last night the daily candle was bullish. We were pushing up all the way up here, and what I wanted to see was the equilibrium of this daily range respected, right? This wick didn't exist, so I want to see the equilibrium of this daily range respected. That's what we did. Right? We don't necessarily tap into it. But I hopped on the charts this morning, and we had left a big ass wick to the upside, and the candle was bearish. The daily candle was bearish, so I took that as us respecting the inverse rally gap area, and us respecting this 4 hour structure to the downside. And then on a higher time frame as well, we also kind of have this market maker sell model that I want us to play out as well. So my main draw, since it tells me on a higher time frame that we're respecting the daily range, we're respecting the equilibrium of the daily leg range, I guess. We're respecting that inverse fair value gap area. My higher time frame draw liquidity is this previous weekly low. I want to see us hit this previous weekly low and then maybe buy up. Maybe I don't give it. I mean, I'll have to reanalyze after that happens, but I want to see us take out this previous weekly low. Now on a smaller time frame, I typed this out, or I sent it into the group, not the group chat, the Discord. I said, knowing boys, let's have a smile. Me personally, I'm bearish looking for these two possible scenarios. Price moving how I expected overnight. So let's see. So, like I said, I was bearish. I either want to see price take out our London lows and our previous day lows, and then hit that 4 hour gap and then deliver lower, or a much simpler move would have just been we leave the London lows, we hit that 4 hour fair value gap, or that fair value gap that we made, and then we go ahead and take down those London lows, which would have been like that's the more ideal setup because we have a stronger draw, obviously, if we haven't taken out session lows yet. And that's what we got. We got the easier draw because guess what happens? Market opens, we just buy up, right? This blue line here is London lows, and as soon as market opens, we buy up, and we actually tap perfectly into this 1 hour fair value gap area. As you can see, 1 hour is super bearish as well, and we get a nice reaction off that. We respect it. We get a nice reaction. Yeah, 4 hour hadn't opened yet. I don't know why it's all the way up here. The 4 hour hasn't opened yet. So it's not really for a gap yet, but the 1 hour gets tapped into perfectly. Nice reaction, and now I'm looking for an entry, right? And guess what? We have an inverse Farai gap entry available right here. But since it's a little bit too far the macro, I don't take it immediately. I want to see some confirmation. Like I want to see this candle respect this order, like this respect this high. Okay, basically, and not just run through this high. That's basically just all I'm looking for. All I'm looking for is this next candle after this Farai gap gets inversed, just for confirmation. I don't want to see this high get touched. I don't want to see this high get swept. Just for confirmation that this for inverse Farai gap is valid and that we're gonna head for more, internal sales liquidity. We're gonna head lower. And that's exactly what we do. We respect it, not clean, but we still respect it, right? After we respect that, that's when I enter. Again, like I said, it was outside the macro at 940. As soon as I enter, we holy shit. As soon as we enter, we have a pretty good move to the downside. Now, I saw, or a couple people that also took this trade got stumped, or maybe one person I saw got stumped at break even here. And I was, aside from this being an eval, if this was an express, I might have moved my stops to break even. However, I told myself, right, I feel like I did a pretty good job avoiding a break even day because on the 5 and 15 minute, I never really like to go against the 5 and 15 minute. I feel like the 5 and 15 minute draw is very telling for the way I trade. I trade on the 1 minute and I have to be in and out most of the time. And so the 5 and 15 minute are pretty big anchors for when I trade. And so on the 5 minute, we obviously have this 5 minute figure. I got that. I'm looking to get inversed. I need this to get inversed, for this candle to inverse and not react off of it. And not even the body. The body can't even be, slightly above this imbalance. Because if that happens, I told myself I would just move my stops to break even. And now I hated the way the 1 minute candles closed on here as well. We have an indecisive doji, whatever you want to call it, right? And London highs are still in play. Like there was a person I just heard that was in longs too. It wasn't terrible. Longs were still in play. We could have head up and shot up to London highs as well. The longs are still in play. So as soon as this 5 minute Farai gap was inverse, that gave me a little bit more confidence. So I just held my highs here. If we get stomped out, we get stomped out. It's an eval as well. So I'm again gonna be more aggressive, gonna take a little bit more risk. And so I held my high right after this Farai gap gets inversed, and then we start buying up right after that 5 minute closes. But I'm still a little confident because of the fact that we inversed it. So I'm expecting for price to dump as soon as we, get this little bit of a retracement. And that's exactly what we do. We retrace and then we have a 30-second inverse. I don't think that matters too much in the grand scheme of things, but we have 3 or 4 super big Drake candles to the downside. As soon as it hits this kind of low-hanging fruit area, move my stops to break even. Pretty quick trade. Could have been a little bit faster. 15-minute trade. But overall, super clean price action. Analysis, everything was pretty much on point. There was, not too many spots where I was a little bit confused. Maybe this leg up here. I don't think the 5 minute. I don't know. I didn't like how we kind of bought up again this high and retraced and stomp people out at break even. Like that shit sucks, bro. Break even and then you seeing your shit hit take profit is ass. But yeah, just be confident in your trades. Honestly, I think that's the biggest thing that's helped me is just staying confident. Because let's just say even if you get hit at break even, that's not the worst thing in the world. That's 10 times better than a loss, right? That's not bad at all. But the thing is, that just messes with your mental. And more oftentimes than not, if you get hit at break even and you see, price hit or take profit, I feel like it's a lot easier to re-enter out of emotion and to re-enter just to revenge trade for the rest of the day or the rest of the session. And so I feel like more than just the P&L aspect of a break-even day, it's more of what the toll it takes on your psychology, which is why I hate break-even days, right? Not because I don't make any money, because I don't lose money either, but it's more of just the psychological aspect of it. It's just super, super hard on me. And so especially for evals, I'm just going to hold my stops at, where I originally put them at, unless I get an absolutely, something that completely invalidates my trade, and I got nothing here that invalidated my trade. And so don't second guess yourself. If you, have a setup, you take it. Your first analysis, right? Your first initial bias is always going to be 10 times more accurate than the one you create in your own head the second time. Like if you have an initial bias, if you have an initial setup you're looking for, stick to that one, okay? Because the more time it takes for you to, put in a trade, the more candles you're going to see, the more data you're going to be given. I mean, the more things you're going to start analyzing, the more things you're going to start thinking about, and shit's just gonna get a lot more foggy. It's best to just keep things simple and just look for that one thing the entire time out. Okay? No matter how many candles form, no matter how many other confluences are forming in your head, are forming in front of you on the charts, what is your initial analysis? What is the first thing that you thought of that you thought looked super clean coming into the day? Stick with that. If that doesn't happen, leave it. Okay? I think that's genuinely the thing that's helped me the most. Come into the day, what's your analysis? Mark it out. Okay, mark out your draws, mark out what you want to see, what you want the market to do today. Don't think about anything else. If you see different confluences, if you see, oh, I was short today, but I see a super good confluence for a long, don't take it. If that short doesn't play out, if your setup isn't given to you, don't take it. And yeah, that's helped me a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So yeah, pretty good day today across my 4 evals. We'll see if I get a setup tomorrow. And I've also been thinking about if I pass, right? If I pass these evals, $800. No, 150 times 4, $600. $600 to activate these, plus the 200 that I lost. So I'm spending $1,000 to activate 4 evals. Are we serious? Because I lost 4 evals because I was being an idiot, and so I blew 200. Yeah, that's $1,000. Wow. So I've been thinking about maybe I should try getting a small payout on my express because I still have my funded account. What if I went for a small payout right before I activated him? Or is that super bad? That's like a really bad way of thinking. I know. But we'll see. We'll see what I do. So yeah, I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something from this analysis, breakdown, trade recap, whatever. And I'll see you guys on the next trade recap. Stay safe and God bless.